My Bible says God has not given us a spirit of fear. And yet everybody's scared. Everybody's so fearful right now. As if, when God ceases to be sovereign, we're living in fear, not faith. And the fear is just being stroked and stroked and stroked. And I've been, watching what's going on out in California with MacArthur's church. And he's got a church of 6,000. He said, in 6 months we haven't had one case that we know of, certainly no death in the church. And he says out of 40 million, and you look at the numbers that have actually died in California, you've got a 99.99% chance of surviving this thing. And yet, fear is everywhere. And in fact, if you look at the actual death numbers of 2020 compared to past years, less people have died. And if you look at the stats for things, you'd have to say that COVID cured cancer. It cured heart disease. Because all those numbers are down. We've got all these death certificates that have multiple lines now, so COVID can be written in there. And that is used now as, you got to keep the narrative and the numbers. You got to keep it going because the fear is a great way to control folks. And that's deception. It's amazing to me as an older person, and I am in the category that they worry about, not deep into it, but that we are choosing to destroy our children and grandchildren's future to protect ourselves from a virus with such a high survival rate. We're doing that. Young people always fight for us in wars. And yet with that high a survival rate, there's a lot of people in this generation, young people now, that are never going to enjoy the same things that we have available to us. Because, our past is not going to be their future. Because we dismantled the greatest economy in the world to protect ourselves from a virus. We allowed it to happen. And it's that fear. It's that fear. And you say, well, I might get it. Well, a lot of people have to get tested just to know they got it. It's not like bodies in the street. If I get the bubonic plague, I think I'll know. I think I'll know I got it. I might get sick. I've been sick before. We all get sick. And Elijah died of his last sickness. We're all going, this life is not forever. We're all going to die. But I might die. Well, to me, to live is Christ, to die is gain. It's what the Bible says. So what am I risking here? The only certainty in all of this is the cost we placed upon our young people's future. That's the only certainty. It's come out of this whole thing, and we're going to ask, and generations are going to ask, will it have been worth it? What we did. When they look at America for all these years, and then they look at the America from 2020 on.